Okay, welcome to the great nation of Malacca. Soon to be, hopefully, a lot better. Now, to begin with, we have 4 provinces, none of which I believe I can pronounce, so I'm not going to attempt to. Now, we are quite a backwards nation here, so we're going to suffer penalties to our technology. Also, what I've seen is that we don't actually have any forts in some of our provinces. We do have one in the capital, thankfully, so getting forts built is going to be a #1 priority. If we don't have any forts up, as soon as an enemy army steps into the territory, it becomes under their control. So that's not something we want to happen. As for our nation itself, we are a despotic monarchy, which has certain benefits. 0.5 magistrates a year. We are allowed 10 extra infamy, so that does mean we can expand quite rapidly without infamy becoming a problem. We don't have any advisors, although there is one available, prestige. I don't think we can really afford to hold an advisor at the moment, so I'm not going to go into them straight away. With regards to stability, we need to improve that. There are better troops available, so I'll get them changed straight away. Once you change troops, what happens is their morale goes straight down to 0, and it will take a while for that to recover. As for neighbours, up here we have Ayufaya? I don't know. If anyone knows how to pronounce these countries, I'd appreciate being told. Now they're of a different religion. These are Buddhist, yet some territories here are Sunni, so I'm not sure if these used to be ours. No, but we do have a holy war casus belli. I should explain at this stage that the game operates on a principle of using casus belli. You can't just declare war on a nation for no reason. Well, you can, but you will suffer some negative effects for doing so. Namely, it hits your infamy, which is how disliked you are, basically, and you will take a stability hit. Stability is important. It does determine how likely nations are to revolt, how well your merchants will fare, and how much tax you receive. Down here we have the larger nation of Asa. They are the same religion, which is good. It will give benefits for relations. And Majafit, a bit further away, and Brunei. I'm quite worried about Brunei. They do seem to be a large province. Now, with Europa Universalis, there aren't any specific victory conditions. You have to set your own objectives here. Depending on the nation, it can be simply to survive or to conquer the entire planet, if you can do that. For me, what I'm planning at the moment is for Malaysia. There's a decision here. We do need to own quite a few provinces, most of which I believe are around here that Majafit currently own. We also need to own a great deal of surrounding islands. Most of these islands aren't actually colonised, which is a problem, because at the moment we're only producing colonists because of our centre of trade. We don't get any to begin with. So, we have a slider change available. These basically determine the type of country you have for your policies. Centralisation, decentralisation, opposite ends of the scale. It's how most of the things work here. As a nation, you pretty much always want to be centralised. There's all benefits. The only real disadvantage is that your war exhaustion can get higher, which I'll talk about more once we get to that stage. We'll be going to war very soon. Aristocracy and plutocracy, nobility, merchants. I'll be leaning towards nobility. There's going to be a lot of conquest to do to form Malaysia, so I'll be wanting every advantage I can get. Serfdom, free subjects. If you go towards serfdom, you will find it much easier to restabilise your nation. And infantry will be very cheaper. There is a penalty though for technology, so we don't want that. Also, going towards free subjects will increase the morale of your armies. I suppose they have something worth fighting for. For freedom! Also, tech seems to be a lot cheaper, so that's good as well. Innovation, narrow-minded. Innovation's good because it will give you benefits of research. Technology is 15% cheaper, and as a member of the Chinese technology group, we only have 40% research efficiency. Where was I? So if we can minimise the effects of that handicap, that would be good. You do suffer though by losing missionaries. You head towards narrow-mindedness. We'll have less problems going to war because war exhaustion is reduced, your maximum war exhaustion rather. More missionaries, it's easier to stabilise, and any colonies will grow quicker. We are going to have a few colonies. Most of these islands here are not only undiscovered but uncolonised, so I'll probably be heading towards narrow-mindedness. Mercantilism and free trade. Mercantilism, that's basically where all economic activity takes place within your own borders. You try to keep the money within the country. We do own a centre of trade, which means we'll be getting a bonus to compete chance if we head towards being protectionist, basically. Offence, defence. We'll probably be going for offence here. Offensive it's good for chasing down armies and defeating an enemy that way. If you head towards being defensive as a nation, your forts are much harder to siege, and the enemy forts are much easier to take. That can be good for driving up war exhaustion. Land, naval, pretty self-explanatory. I imagine we're going to be wanting to head to a naval power. Lots of islands around here. We're going to want to project our power navally. Navally, is that a word? It should be. Quality and quantity. Quality means your troops are better. I hope that's not a surprise. Whereas quantity means there's a lot more of them. If you're a large nation with a large amount of manpower, it can be more effective to just chuck waves and waves of troops at the enemy until they surrender. We don't have a massive amount of manpower, so heading towards quality would seem to be a good idea, but it would give us a penalty to how much manpower we can wield, so I don't think I'll be heading towards that, at least until I have more land and more troops. So I think to begin with I'm going to head towards free subjects. It's going to give my armies a morale boost, which is going to be useful because I'm planning to invade pretty quickly, so I'll do that now. Ooh, losing control. With our new laws that tie the peasantry less firmly to the land, it seems that they are also getting strange new ideas about their precise role in the grand scheme of things. This is a worrying development, and we lose stability. It's okay, we can recover that fairly quickly. It's only about 6 months away, 6-7 months away. So I'm not sure I can form any alliances in the area. Not with Asa. Nope. Brunei may enter into an alliance, so I'll send them an invitation. Makassar? Likely, that's good. I should talk about Ming. Ming really is the big powerhouse of the area. Their income is the highest in the entire world, as is their manpower most likely. They really are to be scared. Hopefully they won't be going into war with anyone in the area. It would be nice to ally with them, but because they're such a huge nation, they're not interested in allying with little old Malacca. So, are you fire? I sense that this could be a problem with playing in this area. Actually pronouncing the names. So they're going to be my main targets of expansion. I'd like to take at least Ligor. That gives us a nice little island shape. I'm hoping that they don't have any forts either, and they don't actually. No forts until you get to the capital. So they're in the same situation as us. Hopefully I can just storm up here and secure a peace with just a few of their territories. Okay, and with that, let's begin.